6:30. Look at that big hunter moon. I caught it this morning.
You found it.
I didn't miss it today. Supposed to be waning a little bit. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clear skies. Oh, just gorgeous. What a week we're going to have coming up for the next number of days. Up and down to start, but we're locked into it now, and it's warming up, Brian, into the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be very nice.
Yeah,
so I did not bring the coat today because I'm counting on you, Brian, that it is going to be warmer.
Good for you. It's a little cool
Did
start,
you wear short
though.
sleeves?
I did, but it's my fuzzy sweater.
So it's keeping you all cozy and warm.
It is.
All right,
It was warmer when you came in than it is now. So,
Oh, is it really?
Yes, yes. The temperature is now +1, and that's it. So
Ooh.
it was a little bit milder throughout the
You have to stretch these sleeves.
That's what you have to do. Yeah, so 1 degree now, but a milder day today. Now, yesterday it was a fair bit milder than what we've had for quite a while. We got to 15 yesterday. Today we should hit 18 degrees, and for the weekend, both days sunny and 19. So we've got a lovely stretch coming up, even better as we get into Monday. So we'll talk about the forecast. Yep, skies are clear, but we do have some ground fog at the moment. So if you look straight up, sky's clear, but try to look ahead of you, you're going to see some ground fog in a lot of areas. Checking traffic this morning, 403 Waterdown Road, that's one of our exclusive cameras. That's still moving nicely, so nothing there. The other exclusive camera that we have is coming down the Ancaster Hill. As you can see here, it's doing fine. That's our camera up in McMaster Innovation Park. One problem in this area, it's right around, just coming off the Skyway Bridge, south of 2, so at North Shore Boulevard. It's Toronto-bound lanes, as you can see there. It's not a collision; it's a disabled vehicle. So it's causing people to go, have to squeeze over to the right lanes. And if we go back a camera up on the top of the Skyway Bridge, you can see what it's doing. Everybody's got to do some braking and juggling there. So weather and traffic, yep, we'll check it in detail for you coming up. Right now, the news.
All right, thanks, Brian. Up first, the Ontario Hockey League says it's taking sexual assault allegations against 8 former players very seriously and will cooperate with any police investigation. A woman has alleged in a CTV report that she was sexually assaulted by 8 OHL players back in November of 2014 at a home where a 19-year-old player she was in a relationship with was billeted while playing in the league. The woman, who is now 32, reported the incident to the OPP earlier this year. The OHL says it was deeply troubled after it became aware of these allegations.
A motorcyclist is facing more than 30 charges after posting video of himself driving more than 250 kilometers an hour. York Regional Police used his video on their own social media post after they arrested him and seized his bike. The video showed the driver fleeing police at one point. Police say he was putting his life and others at risk. A 40-year-old man from Bolton is now facing several charges, including 16 counts of dangerous operation of a vehicle, 14 of stunt driving, and 2 counts of flight from police.
Let's stay on the roads because the OPP say 11 people have died in crashes over the Thanksgiving weekend across the province. The deaths, they include 7 vehicle occupants, a pedestrian, and 3 off-road vehicle riders. Officers laid 8,070 traffic-related charges throughout Ontario over the 4-day campaign that lasted between October 11th and 14th. The charges, they include speeding, stunt driving, impaired and distracted driving violations.
4 trustees from the Brant Haldeman Norfolk Catholic District High School have apologized for a trip that they took. The trustees traveled to northern Italy to bring back art for 2 new high schools in the region. The price tag of that trip and the artifacts, $145,000. The backlash has forced the travel portion to be paid back by the trustees. The president of the Brant Haldeman Norfolk Catholic Teachers Association says the trustees have issued a statement that is an apology, and they will pay back the expenses.
First Nations chiefs, they will debate a new motion today on a landmark child welfare reform deal with the Canadian government. So the chiefs voted 64% against supporting the deal in a special chiefs gathering hosted by the Assembly of First Nations. Now, one of today's motions would give chiefs another 90 days to review the deal, bringing another vote in January. The $47.8 billion child welfare reform agreement, it was sparked by human rights complaints over the federal government's underfunding of child welfare services on reserves.
A proposed deal could see 3 tobacco giants pay $32.5 billion following a lengthy legal battle. Simone Gavros is standing by with the details on that.
Well, advocates are saying that this is a historic proposed deal that's been prolonged for the last 5 years. The companies involved, including JTI McDonald, Rothmans, Benson and Hedges, and Imperial Tobacco Canada, have agreed to pay nearly $25 billion to provinces and territories and over $4 billion to Quebec smokers and their families. Now, this stems from a Quebec lawsuit involving people who smoked between 1950 and 1998 and became ill or developed an addiction. The proposed plan says that provinces and territories would get payments over time, but $6 billion would be paid outright when the deal goes through. Now, there's about $100,000 available to each Quebec plaintiff who files a claim for compensation. There's also more than $2.5 billion for smokers in other regions diagnosed with lung cancer, throat cancer, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease between March 2015 and March 2019. They could get up to $60,000 each. Now, legal proceedings have been put on hold and extended since then as the 3 companies work towards a global settlement. And hundreds of class action members have died since the lawsuit began, according to court documents that were filed last year. Now, a number of healthcare groups have been following this process closely, including the Canadian Cancer Society. I've reached out this morning for more reaction, and we're hoping to hear back later in the program. For now, sending things back over to you, Tim.
All right, thanks, Simone. 4 Liberal cabinet ministers, they're on their way out, including local MP Philomena Tassi. She first won the riding of Hamilton West Ancaster Dundas in 2015 and then quickly rose up the ranks of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's team. Tassi says she supported the Prime Minister and she still supports him now. She said that not seeking re-election, it's a difficult one, but she made it for personal reasons.
It's an emotional day for me, and it's a difficult decision, but I need to be closer to home now with my family. That's what the decision is rooted in.
Tassi says she doesn't know what the future holds for her or what she'll do when her term is over, but she says she will continue to be in service. So the news, it means Justin Trudeau will be shuffling his cabinet soon while he faces calls from his caucus to step down as leader.
World leaders are commending Israel for the death of the man at the top of its most wanted list. The Israeli military says it has killed Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. He was a chief architect of last year's attack on Israel that sparked the war in Gaza. Israeli leaders say this is a turning point in the campaign to destroy Hamas. They're urging the group to surrender and release some 100 hostages who are still in Gaza. U.S. President Joe Biden calls Sinwar's death a, quote, good day for Israel, for the United States, and for the world. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Sinwar was a brutal leader and says his killing delivers a measure of justice for his victims and their families. He adds the leader's death ends a reign of terror. He adds, quote, Hamas must lay down its arms, release the hostages, and play no future role in the governance of Gaza.
India continues to deny claims its government officials have worked with criminal gangs in the extortion, coercion, and murder of Canadian citizens. The RCMP India allegations. India's foreign ministry says Canada is really trying to smear New Delhi. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the RCMP went public this week with allegations India diplomats were targeting Sikh separatists in Canada. Meanwhile, the U.S. has charged an Indian government employee in an alleged foil plot to kill a Sikh separatist leader living in New York City. Prosecutors have previously said the New York plot was to be followed with a string of other politically motivated murders in Canada and the United States.
Advocates for breast cancer survivors and people who have had ostomy surgeries are calling for changes to the way an Ontario program covers specific medical devices that they use. The province currently pays 75% of the cost for most devices like wheelchairs, insulin pumps, and hearing aids. It's all under the Assistive Devices Program for people with long-term disabilities. However, the funding for breast prostheses and ostomy devices is set at specific dollar amounts, and users and advocates say it is far less than 3/4 of the total price.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford vows to go even further than his minister promised earlier this week by announcing upcoming legislation on bike lanes. So the proposed law, it would require cities to get approval for a new bike lane that eliminates lanes for cars, something the Association of Municipalities of Ontario says is a significant overreach of power. So Transport Minister Pramit Sakaria says the legislation is meant for future bike lanes rather than the current ones. Ford said in a speech at the Empire Club of Canada that that's not enough, promising to remove and replace existing bike lanes that are causing gridlock on what he called primary roads. Transportation Minister's office told us that in Hamilton, the bike lane considered problematic is on Stonechurch Road, but they did not specify why.
The Ontario NDP has filed an integrity complaint against Premier Doug Ford's government, calling for an investigation into a luxury spa deal at Ontario Place. NDP leader Merritt Stiles alleges that Therme received preferential treatment from the province when they were awarded a 95-year long lease to build a luxury spa at the waterfront attraction. Stiles calls it a shady scheme. The NDP says the complaint seeks an investigation into the Minister of Infrastructure's alleged involvement in that deal.
All right, 6:42 already on this Friday morning. We're looking at the 18th of October already. 403 Waterdown Road, that's our camera. That's still doing fine. Let's go to a problem that we have at the moment on the QEW. QEW at North Shore Boulevard. They call it south of 2, but you're coming off the Skyway Bridge, trying to move your way toward Brant Street. It's a disabled vehicle up against the shoulder there. It's blocking partially the left lane. Everybody's got to squeeze over, and look what it's doing to the top of the Skyway Bridge. So that is the problem that we have at the moment. Back into St. Catharines, nothing at Niagara. We'll flip ahead to Bronte, all looking good, Lorne Park, and we do still have this collision on the 410 coming southbound to try to get to the eastbound 401. That's another problem at the moment. All right, to our temperatures. Let's see how we're doing across southern Ontario. 3 Windsor, 1 for London. Same thing for Hamilton. We're sitting at 1, 2, and 3 for the rest of the Horseshoe. 1 degree toward the east. Skies are clear all the way across southern Ontario. Look at Sudbury this morning. They're sitting at 3 degrees warmer than we are. So 18 is going to be the high for the day today. Above yesterday. Yesterday we got to 15. 18 today. Moderate UV, lovely sunshine, light southerly winds. There's that ridge of high pressure. Now we're watching its flow. It's going to move toward the northeast and then change its mind and want to go back down to the southwest. But you know, the good news with that is it's going to stay with us, and it's going to keep giving us the clear skies. And as long as it's to the south of us, we'll continue to get that southerly flow, and that's what's really going to bring our temperatures up. Well, it'll be warmer for the weekend and even warmer still on Monday, and we're still going to have the sunshine. So out the door this morning, we're sitting at +1. Now the skies are clear, but we do have some ground fog looking straight ahead, so be careful. I came into some this morning, so it's patchy, but there is some out there. Take care. We'll look at weather and traffic in detail coming up in a few minutes for you with the long-range forecast. Annette, Tim.
All right, coming up after the break, off to the couch for our first chit-chat on this Friday. And listen, it's Minnie's turn to shine at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Good morning, welcome back. Minnie Mouse has a new gig. She's finally been invited to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The beloved Disney character will get her own 60-foot balloon, joining Mickey, who's been a parade participant since 1934, as well as Pluto, Donald Duck, and Goofy. Macy says it's been a long-held dream to bring Minnie's character to life, and it's the perfect time with both the parade and Minnie approaching centennial status. The Macy's Parade debuted in 1924. Minnie's character came to life a few years later in 1928. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will be held on November 28th in New York City. Let's talk about this for a minute. Why has she not been part of the parade originally? Why is she kind of not there, but the rest of the characters are? Like, what's up with Minnie?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
There's no research. I know, but there's no research to say why she hasn't been there. It's just kind of a thing that they didn't not put her there for a specific reason.
Maybe she had other gigs going on.
Maybe she was busy.
Yeah.
Well, us women, we work hard, so it makes sense.
Well, you normally see them together. Like, because, like, what's the, it's Magic Kingdom every day? when they have the parade.
They're
at Magic
together.
Kingdom? At Magic Kingdom, what's
Yeah.
that called?
Oh.
It's like a, I don't know, it's an annual parade. Or it's like happens like a few times.
Yeah, it's a,
Anyways.
yeah.
Doesn't the parade
Some
happen every
Disney
night
expert you
at
are.
Disney?
There's a parade at, well, sometimes there's a parade at night. There's always a parade during the day.
During the day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
In the
but there's always a
afternoon.
parade.
It's always a parade.
Yeah.
And they're always together.
And they're always
then,
together.
like,
They're
now
always
it's like
together.
they're at the end of the parade.
Yeah, so it doesn't kind of like they're like the Santa Claus of the Disney parade.
Are we sure that she's never been a part of it before? Like she might.
Yeah.
Is she there and just doesn't have her own balloon?
No, she's not in it. She's not in the parade.
Okay.
And now she is finally getting into the parade.
Okay. Good.
It's about time. I'm like
Just for the
trying to be-
record, I didn't make her do this story.
Team Minnie Mouse over here.
And that's not like like I asked if you had any pictures of you and Minnie, and you said no.
No, I always get pictures with Mickey.
Yeah, he's
my
kind of.
he is my favorite Disney
Right.
character.
He's the OG.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. All right, Universal Orlando Resort announced the opening date for its highly anticipated new theme park, Epic Universe. It will open on May 22nd, 2025, just before Memorial Day weekend in the United States. The new park will be the largest of 3 theme parks at the resort. It's part of a 750-acre development that will more than double the size of Universal's footprint in Orlando. Epic Universe will consist of 5 worlds: the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Dark Universe and Celestial Park. A 500-room hotel in Epic Universal will also open on the same day. A theme park consultant predicts Epic Universe will easily draw more than 6 million visitors on its first year of operation.
How do you become a theme park consultant?
Right.
You could be a theme
I'd
park
love to do-
consultant. That's a
yeah.
pretty
I
good
don't
title,
know why
isn't
you're
it?
not. I feel like you're our unofficial consultant, but I feel like
Maybe.
there's
But
money to be
this,
made
This
here.
park is going to be neat, and it's interesting because it's not like the other 2 parks at Universal. They're together. They're almost like connected.
Side by side.
But this one is like quite a ways away.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's land that Disney doesn't own in Orlando?
Yeah. Yes, there is.
Because they have like how much? They have like thousands and thousands of acres of
Of
land.
acres, yeah.
Right?
Well, this
They
one,
could-
this
Disney
one
does.
alone is 750
Yeah.
acres.
Yeah, we never did Universal when we went.
So are these now all like all these little worlds though? They're all part of
They're
the
all
Epic.
part of one big Yeah, park.
The Epic
but the
park.
park is further away from Isles of Adventure and Universal Florida.
Okay, I see. So you can do all.
Oh, yeah, you could, but it's I don't know how they're going to
Is
do.
there like a
the
tran?
I don't know how they're going to do the transportation
Yeah.
between.
I thought you were a theme park consultant.
Tim, don't put so much pressure on her. This is a new story. It just
Going
came out.
next week for some research.
Okay.
She is.
Just come back with all the
Off
details.
she goes. Annette. Yes, please. That would be appreciated. Okay, Brian is going to be coming back right after this with your traffic and weather.
And look how we match.
I know. Matchy, matchy.
Good morning, 6:54, Friday the 18th of October. One problem as far as the QEW is concerned. This is the QEW south of 2, basically the North Shore Boulevard camera coming down the Skyway Bridge toward Burlington. You're looking at a disabled vehicle. It's the pickup truck at the bottom right of your screen. We've got blocking vehicles, OPP on the scene, and it is causing a backlog across the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, as you can see, heading down to North Shore Boulevard. Everybody's got to squeeze over. One other problem, a little further afield, it's the 410 coming southbound. We've got 3 lanes blocked here as you try to take the ramp to the eastbound 401. So that's really all we have this morning. Everything else is just building volume so far today. Let's get to our pool shop. Backyard forecast today. And yep, today it's 18th of October and an 18-degree high. We'll take that today. Better temperature today than yesterday and lovely sunshine once again, just like yesterday. So temperatures at the moment. Hamilton struggling right now, +1, but 3 Mississauga, 6 Toronto, 7 for Grimsby already. And there's that 18-degree high, light winds, moderate UV index, lovely sunshine for the day today. Tonight, temperature will be milder overnight. Won't get quite as chilly tomorrow morning, be quite as chilly, 6 degrees. We will get the development of fog patches once again. And then tomorrow, 19 degrees, way above seasonal for this time of year. And again, sunshine, light winds, looks beautiful. For school today, 5 for the first spell, and there's that 18-degree high for after school today and lovely sunshine. sunshine. And for the game tonight, we should be sitting around 12 degrees, clear skies for the kickoff, and then 9 for halftime and the drive home later on. Here in Calgary, of course, in town at 7 o'clock at Tim Hortons Field. Here's the long range. Sunday, same as Saturday, sunny and 19. And then the temperature spikes up, 21 degrees and sunshine. Monday, 19, just a little bit of cloud cover. Chance of showers Wednesday and cooler for Thursday. That's your forecast. Annette, Tim.
Oh, what a way to end the week for where you're watching. First time ever that we've been to Bali, Indonesia. But Kim sent us this lovely shot from her villa, saying they're staying and watching Morning Live. Here's the thing, though. There is a 12-hour difference. So they are watching Emily on the evening news at 6 in the morning.
And us.
And they were watching us at 6 o'clock at night. We got that other shot. We maybe got that other shot of us, or we could just show Emily. There is a shot of.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. So Kim says that her and her husband Mark, they grew up in Hamilton, but they moved to Cornwall, but they still watch CH every day and read the Spec every day. And she's an international flight nurse, so they watch CH from all over the world, and they're in Indonesia right now doing that. So, I guess.
That's so nice.
Good
Thanks
evening.
for packing us along.
It's like,
yeah.
That's almost the weekend for you
There we
guys.
go.
Love that one. More proof you can watch us from anywhere, all over the world, on our website, on YouTube, Morning Live at CHCH.com, on X at Morning Live. Keep those pictures coming, please.
And you can keep listening to us wherever you go. We've launched a podcast version of the first half hour of Morning Live. It's up right now, chch.com/podcast. Okay, coming up in just a little bit.
Finance Friday. Colin Sear is here, the marathon man himself, looking to manage seasonal fluctuations, especially if you're a small business owner. We'll have that coming up.